Hello guys, hi, welcome to stream. Njan streamer. ഹലോ ഇന്നത്തെ ടൈറ്റിൽ വേറൊന്നുമല്ല. വേർഡ് വൈസേ അറിയത്തില്ല. സിംഗപ്പൂർ. ഓ ഓക്കെ, ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത് ഇന്നത്തെ ടൈറ്റിൽ വേറെ ഒന്നുമല്ല. ലൈക്ക് ഐ എം ഫീലിംഗ് ബിറ്റ് യുനോ I feel like പുതിയ എനിക്ക് കുറച്ച് ഗെയിംസ് കളിക്കണമെന്നുണ്ട്. I want to try out some shit, but the problem is most of the new games are just off-putting. Why Sunset again? ഞാൻ എത്രാമത്തെ പ്രാവശ്യം സൺസെറ്റ് കളിക്കുന്നത്? Anyways, I was feeling a bit off-putting, so I was thinking I will play some older titles maybe. Not very sure. Or whatever.
Wherever they run, I will find them.
ബട്ട് യാ, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ആലോചിച്ചപ്പോഴാണ് ഐ ഡിഡ് എൻ ഇമ്പൾസ് ബൈ ആൻഡ് ഐ ബോട്ട് മാസ് എഫക്ട് 3. ഐ മീൻ മാസ് എഫക്ട് ലെജൻഡറി എഡിഷൻ. ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ഓൺ സെയിൽ ഫോർ 200 rupees. I think a month back. I couldn't buy it because I bought some indie games. Now it's again on sale, which is, I guess, with a 100% increase, it's 400 something. It's almost 500. But I don't think that's a big issue. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'll buy this, and I bought Mass Effect. I'm not planning on anything, but yeah, I think maybe something like Mass Effect will, alleviate my boredom that I have recently come to experience, I guess. Yeah, എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. I'm not very sure. Anyways, let's see. So പറഞ്ഞു. Okay, let's go. Now I watch something in the background. Mm-hmm. The game
couple of reasons.
Okay.
One, it was never handed over. There's a main channel on luxury goods, and then we round the whole thing off with 2 more incognito modes. And then I go back into cryostasis. This first section is on the basics of painting, and we were a little bit worried to show it because we kind of felt like this will split the audience. Not because it's political or anything, but because it's so basic. So someone who already knows something about art would be like, yeah, of course, why are you telling me this? But for someone like me, who knows practically zero about art, I found it really interesting, and I thought, why the heck haven't I been told this before, right? So, First section.
Right, quiet on the set.
Basics of painting.
Action!
The arts. The arts. Do not put an F in front of that. Worst mistake I ever made in my life. Alright, first, some things that'll make you go, yeah, and, or, oh, right. So look at this colorful goo. Paint. Delicious in both jam and chip form. But its raw components are just two essential things. An undissolving pigment and a medium. Now, pigments are basically just colorful dust, and the medium is the liquidy thing that the dust hangs out in. Now, the liquid determines what type of paint you have. Pigment plus water equals watercolors. Pigment plus glue equals acrylics. Pigment plus
Last player
oil
standing.
equals oil paints. So simple. And pigment plus, moving on. Now, the pigment does not dissolve into the medium. Instead, it's just kind of suspended in it. When the pigment does dissolve into it, that's a dye.
Weapon
So that's the
choice.
basic
It is
difference.
so personal, no?
Now, you have to
pick a
transfer
gun
the
and it
paint
tells me who you are.
onto the canvas. To do that, we need to talk tools. Well, first, you can just use your fingers. It was good enough for the cavemen, and it's good enough for Jan. So it's good enough for us. Then we tried the brushes. Now here is the anatomy of a brush. You've got the handle, the bristles, the ferrule, and the crimp. Now the bristles are the most important bit. First we were just using mangled up reeds called fronds. But they got
Scanning
real
ahead.
good once we started using animal hair. Have a look at some of the animals we used. Hair, taken from the neck or the back of the pig. That is the kind of brush that Njan used. It's the gold standard for today. A goat brush.
Ah, fuck, man.
Some spring. So it's mostly used for calligraphy. Now they're mostly used for shaving, not painting at all. Horse, raccoon, and wolf, also not great quality. But what's the worst quality of all? You know, the gutter oil. Well, the worst quality is camel hair.
Where are
brushes.
you?
And they're mostly sold as arts and
Marked
crafts
one.
brushes for kids.
Last player
But the weird
standing.
thing is, camel hair is so low quality that it's not even used in brushes at all. Huh? Yes, so-called camel hair brushes are actually made from cats and rabbits and squirrels. But that makes people kind of sad. So they changed the name to a much less cute animal, and also one that's kind of exotic, so you wouldn't brush it. Now, what's the best brush of all?
Here,
What
get
is
this
the
playing
S
card to
tier
get.
of brushes?
Alright.
Those are made from sable.
Oh my god, this, of course. 10 out of 10.
Now, sable is a type of weasel. These are hunted for their fur for clothing.
It's him.
But when they catch them to make clothes, they actually only want the body, and so they discard the tail altogether. But those tails have the best hair for paintbrushes, and so they are snatched up by the brush.
Revealing area.
Now the hair is special because it has an interlocking scale that vastly increases the surface area, but it also holds strong in the long term. Firm and bouncy, but also soft.
It's smooth, it bounces, it moves. Only with Nutrisonate Legends.
Take flight.
And they sell for upwards of 300.
Enemy marked.
Spike planted.
I know exactly where you
Bullseye.
Last player standing.
Ah, bullshit.
Style of the most famous paintings, and just a few interesting things about them that you may
Stay
not know.
alive. I
What quiz
want their
sports
life,
do
my
you
brother.
play? Look at this painting. What does it make you feel? Too late. Or if you answered in time, wrong answer. Happy, sad. I bet those are the only two emotions you even know. The correct answer is shame, because you are embarrassing yourself. You know nothing about the art. So it is time to look at the best paintings to ever exist. And let's begin with the most obscure of them all.
Revealing
Whoever
area.
this is. The Mona Lisa. Now, I thought it went first name Mona, last name Lisa. Check it out. But turns out Mona is an honorific, meaning madam, so it's Madam
Disappoint
Lisa.
me.
Now, relatively recently, the stories have figured out who she is. Married to a Florentine birth,
Spike down, B.
Del Giocondo.
Still inside.
So that
One
makes her
enemy remaining.
Lisa Del Giocondo.
Reloading.
And that explains the alternative title of the work, La Gioconda. Now,
Last
the reason
player
she has her
standing.
arms crossed and is a little bit
Cutting their
troubled
vision.
is because she's pregnant. In fact, you can kind of see that she's wearing a veil, and that particular type of veil was worn by pregnant women at the time. Her husband commissioned the painting when Da Vinci was already well known, so it would have been very, very.
Bro, what the hell?
It was never handed over to the family. Instead, Leo left it in his
which
will
gun to pick
his
this time?
apprentice. And two, because for a couple of hundred years, the prevailing theory was that she was not an aristocratic wife, but instead a prostitute. Her hair being down and her almost absent eyebrows were common traits of working girls at the time. Anyway, why is this painting so famous? Well, Da Vinci was already pretty famous, and the painting got stolen. This became a very big news story, and her
Scanning
face
ahead.
suddenly started getting plastered on a whole bunch of newspapers and wanted posters, making her very recognizable. From there, she became the most
Deploying drone.
which is why she always looks so smart. Starry Night, Vincent van Gogh,
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
painted while he was in St. Paul's here. And this is here is the real
Spike planted.
Taken out.
Last player standing.
Now you can see that there are 11 stars in the sky here. Supposedly, that's
But cipher tag ആയിട്ടൊന്നും എനിക്ക് ഇത് വരാത്തെ
Joseph
സെക്കൻഡിലായിരിക്കും ടാഗ് ആയത്.
Njan had a heart attack too, and he hoped that he would be remembered at least once he was gone, like Joseph. And you know what? It worked out. Everybody remembers Go, and nobody remembers the guys who bullied him and called him a ginger. Also, there's kind of a theory that he was killed by some kid. Go check out Wendigoon's channel for more information on that one. Ah, the birth of Venus. Alright, let me tell you what's
Get out of my way!
So, here's this lady.
Enemies mid.
Enemy spotted me.
And she is coming out
Scanning ahead.
out of the ocean in a big.
There they are.
Now, the clam is not a metaphor for her producer. It's that she is the perfect pearl. Get it? Now, these two here are a divine wind. They are blowing her like a hot spoonful of soup towards
Spike down, B.
and she is carried all the way over to the beach. And this beach, by the way, is
One enemy remaining.
called Paphos. It's in Cyprus. Here is what it looks like in real life.
Deploying drone.
Now, when she arrives on the beach, a nymph shows up, which is this lady here, and she has a cloak. She
Last
throws
player
the cloak
standing.
over Venus, and she says, "You know what? You're very special. One day they're gonna name a
Revealing
four-legged razor
area.
after you." Arrangement in black and grey #1. Also known as Whistler's Mother, most famous for its appearance in the Mr. Bean movie. Now, when Whistler's mother originally agreed to be painted, she agreed to be painted standing up, but she had to pose for so long that eventually she got quite tired and had to sit down.
30 seconds left.
There you go. And that became the famous pose. The Garden of Earthly Delight. This one is probably my favorite because it looks like wears Waldo
Operator!
completely off the rails. So, Mr. Hieronymus,
See? There's still plenty of
name
fun
is
to
gonna
be
make a
had.
comeback, is doing all of this cool surreal stuff about 500 years ago. So let's start on the left. Here is Adam and Eve and the pre-incarnation of Jesus. And they are all hanging out in the Garden of Eden. Now what's going on in the middle there? That's harder to explain. The best theory is either that this is Eden if people were allowed back into the garden, or if they had never left in the first place, or if man had not committed original sin.
Scanning
But look
ahead.
at the size of that strawberry.
Found them.
Enemy spotted.
On the right-hand panel is hell, or at least a very bad hell. This is where Ardlaw would be.
I know exactly where you are.
Now, here's the interesting bit. It's not painted on a typical canvas. It's actually neutralizing with 3 panels called a triptych. And the neat thing is, if you close the doors, you're painted.
One enemy remaining.
That is the earth, and that is the firmament. A perfect balance between flat earth and globe.
Reloading.
Spike
A
planted.
Sunday afternoon on the
Rotating.
island of Lagrange. This thing is pretty big. And here's the real-life place it was painted after. Although they've beautified it even more with the office building at the back. What you may not know is that it is actually a secret.
Revealing area.
First,
Pardon,
George
David.
Surratt painted the left bank. And that's
Feeling
where all
safe.
the working class sit. You see these guys that, you know,
Last player standing.
gross.
Clutch.
This is the one you will know, and that is on the right hand bank. And all these people are a very bougie sort. That
lives are
is
so
scrappy.
meaningless.
And that
Might
That's
as well
how
keep them to me.
the Last Supper. Okay, so the scene is this. All the disciples are gathered around, and this is the exact moment. Hey, by the way, I know one of you betrayed me. And this is everyone's shocked reaction to the news. Except there's one guy who's just pretending to be shocked. And here is who everyone is. I thought this was Mary, by the way. Turns out that's John.
Revealing area.
Next? And that's all of the paintings, and no one has attempted one since. And I'll wake up. Quickly, flip the Nord logo, Mariana Stretch. Flip it the other way, 3 pyramids. There's not much time. I gotta log into NordVPN so the corporation can't track me. Marketing companies gang stalking me, listening to me through the walls. We found the death note. Wake up again.
I
I
think
don't have
B.
much time. The feds are at my door. Open up. I refuse to
Spike
take my
planted.
Nord pills. I wake up again.
One enemy
The demon in the
remaining.
corner of my room wants to access my NordVPN. Because I can use it on up to 6 different devices. Thanks, Nordman.
Right here.
I know the corporation's building profiles on me. I go to Facebook, I go to Wikipedia. Then suddenly, I'm getting ads for people on my Facebook. No fun. I'm afraid. On Tuesday, I saw a red car. Coincidence? Huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months. 4 sides to a triangle. Coincidence? There's a guy reacting to my life in the corner right now. 30-day money-back guarantee? What's the goddamn catch? Time's going faster than usual, and only a limited time to get a great deal on a 2-year plan. I wake up again. It's the perfect Christmas present. Who are you? Wait a minute. My family died in a suspicious house fire. Skinwalker in my house. Changed location to Finland. Different regions have different prices on plane tickets and hotels. That ain't even a conspiracy.
Get out of my way!
I take more microplastics so I can see through the ether. Warrior, and I am untouchable. If you understood anything that happened to this ad, go to nordvpn.com/incognito.
I know exactly where you
Two-year
are.
plan plus 4 bonus months. Ad over. Alright, so this one is about how to spot fake painting. I quite like this section, but it kind of got bogged down by all this technical information. And it went
Still
from
inside.
So, here it is. How to spot a fake painting.
Still in sight.
Enemy spotted.
Last player standing.
Oh my god. Is that a real Michelangelo? We're here now. With hypothetical lower tax
They have
brackets,
courage.
if paintings
no
like
one
this
is
one
immune.
or this one go for literally gajillions of dollars, that's USD, then what's to stop someone from doing this? Then this, and then this, then this, and then saying it's real when it ain't. You know, faking a painting. Turns out, not much at all. In fact, it can be very difficult to tell these fake-ass paintings from the ones that keep it real. There's a whole ass art to detecting these fakes, and it's become an arms race, where the authenticators find new ways to
Scanning ahead.
and the fakers find new ways to get around their methods.
Technology's advanced. Do you think that makes it harder to make good forgery?
Authentic. There are 3 main categories: provenance, connoisseurship, forensics. Let's start in alphabetical order. Provenance. Now, provenance follows the history of the painting, tracking down the previous sellers and the buyers, all the galleries that exhibited it, the hand-to-hand that it was passed through, all the way back to the original painter.
Right here.
However, the older the work, the harder it is, generally, to track the provenance. Take, for example, the most
Scanning ahead.
expensive painting ever sold, the Salvator Mundi, the final Da Vinci. sold in 2017 for $400 million. And it can only be traced back to 1958.
30 seconds left.
Back then, it was sold for £45.
Shock that.
But in the other 500 years of its history, no one knew where this thing was.
Last player standing.
People thought whether it's genuine.
The enemy only looks composed. Their heart's still a different story.
Real in draft. And it hasn't been America.
Provenance has gotten a lot easier over time. You used to have to track down books and read catalogs and stuff, but now it's all online.
Hi,
Control
I'm
plus
pissed.
F. There it is. So you see, kid, there's nothing online. Nothing. Tell me who you bought this from. you son of a
Revealing
bitch.
area.
Where did you get this? Tell me the name of the auction house that sold you it. Connoisseur. Look at the work. Do you believe what you are seeing? How does it look? How does it taste? Are these ballpoint pen strokes
Spike
those
planted.
of a master artist? Luckily, there are people like Martin Kemp, who spend their whole careers focusing on single artists.
I've been dealing with Leonardo for, I suppose, about 50 years.
They can pick out the fakes. So, for example,
Down.
La Bella Principessa, he went, yup, he uses the Trois crayon. He's a left-handed artist. The proportions of the head and the face are all correct. You know what? I'm going to give this a big rubber stamp right there in the
Revealing
middle of the
area.
painting. Confirm. So, for
Sneak,
fakers,
brother.
they have to have a keen understanding of who they are copying. One of the best fakers, Almir Dahore, for example, mastered the brushstrokes of artists such as Matisse, Modigliani, and Renoir so well that hundreds of museums are currently in possession of his works without
Last
even
round
knowing.
before the switch.
Yes, well, Michelangelo was famous for his Njan painting techniques, and I can't see any of that here. You're 0 for 2, kid. You're going down. Forensics. This thing's going straight to the lab. You're about to have a paint brush up with the law. Masterpiece? More like you're a real masterpiece. Shit, kid. Fuck you. Alright, now the people that
Deploying
solve
drone.
murders have really changed the game when it comes to art forgeries by implementing
Right here.
radiocarbon dating. Radiocarbon dating. Carbon dating? Yeah, but it's not serious. Listen, you're made out of carbon, I'm made out of carbon. Paintings are made out of carbon. And when a thing is made out of carbon, there are these unusual isotopes of carbon-14, right? They're floating all throughout the air and the atmosphere. Now, all living things contain a trace of them. They are taken in when something eats, breathes, anything else. And that happens continuously throughout the life.
Scanning ahead.
However, when the organism dies, it stops taking in new carbon, right? Which means it stops taking in new carbon-14. Same thing happens to a painting. You've stopped putting
Who's
paint on the
next?
thing, no more carbon. Carbon-14 is an unstable isotope,
Spike
and
planted.
it decays at a very steady rate. Poof. It turns into nitrogen-14 and a beta.
Last player
14
standing.
atoms decay at a very steady rate. In principle, you can look at the proportional number of carbon-14 atoms and determine how old something is. More carbon-14, newer painting. Less carbon-14, older painting. In 1985, using this technique, they called it to forge a ceramide paint. Carbon-14.
Switching
Lock 'em
sides.
up, boys. But there are even simpler methods of testing the age of a pigment. Jackson Pollock paintings were found to be fake when it was determined that the pigments on the canvas weren't sold until the 1960s. But Pollock was dead by 1956. Nowadays, there are huge pigment libraries that can be easily cross-referenced. So
Yes.
that shows the year a pigment was first introduced and what year it stopped being used. For example, anything that has titanium white has to have been produced in the last 80 years. I'm going to be honest with you, kid. Michelangelo never used the yellow Crayola. X-rays. Now, You can blast this thing with some radiation and look behind.
Revealing area.
See what's
Our spike carrier is dead.
For example, did the
Spike
arc
down,
do
mid.
a sketch? Maybe this is the if you look behind the Mona Lisa, you can actually see
I have the spike.
larger head
Spike
one.
down,
Although
B.
maybe it just shrunk with it.
Sneak.
You can see that veil much more easily. Also,
Right
if you
here.
X-ray even further, you can see
Last
her
player standing.
No more secrets.
The art forgers of today are a wild bunch. Forgers can source old canvas. They can use error mapping. Even the carbon dating is unreliable. Even the
Look your
X-rays
enemy
can
in
be
the
faulty,
eye.
as
It
forgers
helps
take into
with
account that their
accuracy.
work will be X-rayed, as they do a sort of fake painting or sketch first, and then paint the next version on top. All right, kid. I'll give
Anyone
you
feeling generous?
$20,000 for this, or a shiny new bottle of Ritalin. Works every time. This section is about Shakespeare.
Where are
wow, that would make so much sense for it to be in the theatre on the main
Scanning ahead.
Found them. Shakespeare. Here's the thing. We don't know what he looks like. There are two
Fuck.
from the
Steady.
engraving on the first floor. That wasn't put together until
Spike
7
down,
years
B.
after he was already dead.
Last player standing.
Ben Johnson knew him though and said,
Neon,
so
stop.
maybe the second is a bust that was made for his grave. There are a bunch of others, but they weren't for himself. They weren't done while he was alive, and he didn't exactly stop to pose for. But these are the ones we most
Match
recognize
point.
him by. This includes Chando, which is probably the most recognizable.
Does
this
anyone
could
have
be him.
funds?
Or this could be some completely other dude, or it could be an idealized version. Now, we also don't know exactly when he was born, or when he died, or how he died. His birthday is celebrated on the 23rd of April, but there's no record of that.
I get
And then
what
he
you
died on the 23rd of April as well. So he died on his birthday? Odd coincidence.
Take
But
flight.
we know that he did marry a lady named Anne Hathaway. Yes, same as Catwoman, but this one was the original. We also don't really know how to spell his name. There are
Last player standing.
all spelled different. And let's not even get started on the conspiracies of whether or not he really was.
Flawless.
The son
Wow.
of two
Yeah.
illiterate
Defenders
parents from
win.
a lower class neighborhood, suddenly becoming the world's greatest playwright? Bit suspicious. Also, whether he was gay, or worse, whether he was foreign, or what the hell is going on with his grave. So if you go to the Holy Trinity Church in Stratford, there is his grave. There he lays, but there is an engraving above him. Blessed be the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he who moves my bones. Cursed, you see. You're not allowed to dig him up. So everyone is super spooked out by the curse, and they refuse to dig him up. So archaeologists instead have done radar scans. Turns out, his head is missing. He was grave robbed in 1794. So we can't even reconstruct him that way. And they won't open it up for DNA tests. So it's likely that we will never know the truth. The government is hiding something. The point is, Shakespeare stole a theatre at one point. Okay, quick Shakespeare moment. In 1599, Shakespeare was working as a playwright with his acting troupe called the Lord Chamberlain's Men. Now, they were leasing out a theatre in Shoreditch called the Theatre. Creative name. Anyway, they had a disagreement with the landlord, Giles Allen. Giles revoked their lease. Shakespeare and the Chamberlain's Men were not very happy about that, but they had no option but to walk away. But a few days later, in the dead of night, they came back. Now the group met up just outside the theatre, and they had bribed the
Match
watchmen
found.
to look the other way. Then, with daggers and tools in hand, they broke into the theatre. Now they weren't there to kill Giles, and they weren't there to steal stuff from the theatre. No. They were there to rob the theatre. They tore down the entire building, piece by piece, and they started carting it away to a warehouse. From there, they ferried it across the Thames and over to Southwark. With the materials that they stole, they constructed the Globe Theatre. And there it stood for the next 14 years until it burned.
Oh, എൻ്റെ മോൻ ഒരു I am the Raja moment. എനിക്ക് പ്രാന്ത്.
Cannon was involved. Don't worry about that. But then it was rebuilt. But then in 1642 it was shut down again. But in 1997, a recreation of the Globe Theatre was made once more. And in London, you can visit it today, as long as you can avoid being stabbed. And now for the best section of all.
Come on, people, we're ready to shoot. Where's the pizza box with the hole in it?
Oh, never mind, that's my cue. I gotta go. Catch you soon. Don't forget NordVPN. Brought to you by HelloFresh. Rejected. Rejected. What is rejected? What's that? You said a swear. Rejected. Unfunny joke. Rejected. Oh, I bet you thought that anecdote was pretty funny. Would be a shame if someone slipped it into the rejected folder. You're rejecting me? Me? Do you have any idea who I am? Because I don't. Please help. Will you be my mom? What if we kissed in the rejected clips and I never posted it? Oh no. All this and more on this episode of In the... If someone was to hire someone to kill their wife, what would you call that?
Very ungentlemanly move. If you're gonna kill your wife, you should do it yourself.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I'm pretty sure that you would instantly get put on a list.
For murdering your wife? Yeah, I'd have thought so.
Well, no. So if you look up, like, how to make a bomb, I reckon you might not necessarily be put on a list, because I think there are so many people that just want to know.
Yeah.
And also, there's so many reasons that you'd want to know that information. Not to practically do it, but, like, okay, so Smarter Every Day might be looking up how to make a bomb.
I've definitely Googled it before.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But if you looked up murder for hire,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you would instantly get put on a list for that one.
Probably. You know, the best way to cover that would be to make a video game called Murder for Hire.
Oh yeah, not bad.
It's like when someone types in Hitman, there's like a load of Hitman playthroughs.
I wonder how much damage we could do by just instructing everybody, alright, go out now and look up this search term. Just to be an essay.
How to make pipe bomb.
Yeah.
Just watch it jump up in the Google Analytics.
It's trending, boys. They should make another version of Hitman that's called, like, Craigslist Hitman. You know, you have to meet some dude in a parking lot. They might pay you $500. You take the cash and then you've got, like, a tire iron or something and you've got to kill someone's wife and it's not, like, super cool or whatever.
You gotta, like, dispose of the body. You gotta get, like, a hacksaw. A load of chemicals from, like, 3 different Home Depots.
It's just all the unsexy parts of a murder for hire.
Actually, I like this Craigslist Hitman.
And he just feels bad after every job. And then he goes home and then he drinks and he's like, oh, great. I bought a bottle of bourbon. Now I've only got $470 left. Oh, count down till I have to do the next job.
There!
How do you fly, by the way?
Well, I'm 6'8". My method is
Beep, beep, beep,
I
beep.
will arrive at the airport early.
What a
I
right!
use the self-serve machine. I go straight to the desk. They look at me and they see my legs, and they go, "This poor man," and then they give me emergency exit row for
Bloody
Here's an observation I've noticed about tall people. You tend to hang out together. You meet a tall person, their best friend tends to be a tall person too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think it could be. If I am talking to a girl who's like not tiny but like short girl height, say 5'3", if I'm walking down the street with her and we're having a conversation, literally cannot hear her because she's too far away.
Oh. Last player standing.
Well, imagine
Crossing
you're
fire.
walking down a busy street, but you're standing, you know, 2 feet apart.
Yeah.
Instead of walking next to each other. You can hear. You wouldn't be able
Someone
to hear
track
words.
down their
She
brimstone.
must also
Cut off
be
the
outside
head
of your peripheral vision.
Yes.
So you wouldn't know, like, oh shit, she's still there.
Yeah. So sometimes I'll just lose it.
Ah, that's so
Yeah.
funny. I never would have thought of that.
Sometimes you just lose track of short girls. First girl I had sex with, she was 5'1". I came and found out 20 minutes ago.
Are there any other things with being really tall that you just sort of wouldn't ever like notice or think about?
What is pretty funny
Careful
is
around
I'll be
Jet.
walking down the street and
sharp.
I'll see like a freakishly tall guy.
Right.
And because our heads are floating above a sea of heads,
Wave
it's
crashing.
this really awkward eye contact from 20 meters away.
Do you nod? Give a knowing nod?
But what I'll do, I'll see like a really, really tall guy, like someone who's bigger than me, and I'll go, man, what a freak. That guy's life must be hell. He looks weird. He doesn't fit us in like normal scenarios. And then we'll pass each other on the street, and I'll notice that I'm... I'll go, oh, that's
Spike
what I
here.
look like.
Spike down B.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Women think
Shield
that I'm
going
a lot
up.
more attractive than I actually am.
Right.
Like, I used to do this thing when I was single. I would love eating girls when I was sitting down, right?
Wave crashing.
I would talk to these girls, you flirt a little bit, whatever. It's not really going anywhere, or maybe it is going somewhere. And then I would stand up and go and get a drink.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Harbor's not that bad. ഞാൻ women കളിച്ച് കളിച്ചോണ്ട് എനിക്ക് ഹാർബർ കളിക്കാൻ കുറച്ചൊരു
At the roof, something changes.
No way.
Yeah, it's like a cheat code.
Do you remember those prank channels where there would be that guy and he's like trying to get some girl's number, and then she rejects him, and then he jumps in the sports car, and he's too late.
That's exactly what I do, but I just use my own legs.
Just make the vroom vroom sound with your own mouth. Yeah.
People go, oh man, this guy's so handsome. I sit back down and the spell breaks. What the fuck is this six doing talking to me?
Flooding them.
I'm gonna be a customer. You're gonna be the Adobe salesman.
I will remind you that I have 6 years in this professionally, but sure.
Right there.
Let's do this role play.
Hello.
I'm on break.
Spike down B.
You know what? I want to be a star.
Wave
I want to be
crashing.
an Instagram star.
Okay.
How do I Photoshop my tits to be bigger and someone else's face?
Sounds good.
Bro,
You probably
what?
do want Photoshop. Free software is not going to take you there. I will warn you that there's only one way to really buy it if you don't want to pay for it monthly.
ഞാനത് push ചെയ്യണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
Buy Photoshop. Right. All the support in the world.
അതെന്റെ ബാഡായിരുന്നു, ഞാൻ push ചെയ്യണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
Industry-leading software.
Wow.
Anything you can do with this, and there will be a tutorial on YouTube to show you how to do it simply.
That sounds amazing.
Last player standing.
$500.
That is ridiculous.
You pay for it once. You can install it on 10 different
I'm
devices.
turning 360 degrees, and I am walking away.
You can also pay $30 a month and have everything that Adobe has ever made.
That is outright. Do you work for Adobe? Is that what is it? How much commission do you get on that sale?
I don't
Last
even work
round
here,
in the
lady.
half.
We're in line at the bathroom. I'm just a kid. Do you see a name tag on me?
That is a baffling amount of money for some zeros and some ones. Give me a discount. How much can you discount me from 2,500?
I understand thinking that's a lot of money as somebody who doesn't work in the industry and has no idea how much these things cost.
Well, I think it is a lot. It is a lot of money. I could buy a used Toyota for that.
You could.
Drive it through the front door of Adobe.
It's a tool of the trade.
Do you know how many kids in Africa I could save with that sort of money?
I'm sorry, remind me again what you were spending your time doing with this Photoshop software? You were making your Instagram likes? Feel free. He also is not Jonathan Adobe.
What the fuck? My tits look terrible at the moment. I gotta. You know what? I'm just gonna go get the surgery.
Spike down mid.
Mom, I heard this scary story. That there's nothing good.
Wave crashing.
Out the pantry.
Walls up.
One enemy remaining.
Empty.
Spike down mid.
This is just room as fresh water. And go to sleep. What's wrong, Paul?
No charges left.
അളിയാ പോടാ I could have gotten the dragon finisher. Bullshit.
Switching sides.
There's a lick.
Listen up. Kill them before they kill us.
What is this? But we're gonna have to get you a deal for 65% off, plus free shipping. And then I have to do this incantation ritual. But I warn you, it's gonna save time and save money. Stand back. I'm not a professional chef, but this is gonna be a restaurant quality meal. How long will it take? I can have it done in 20 minutes.
Right
Or
there.
in some cases, even sooner, depending on the meal.
Yo, Harbor, you got
good. How does that not help?
I'm out of here.
Right there.
Someone's be careful now.
Very different. Water rising. Blocking fire.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Orchestra. I think, look, he's doing cool stuff. You can't deny that. But calm down, Eston.
Just do cool shit, don't add wank to it.
One
Yes,
enemy
exactly.
remaining.
What we do is like an orchestra in Premiere.
It's like the universe, isn't it?
Flooding them.
Everything is a galaxy, but all the flavors come together as the
Flooding
planets,
them.
and we are all stardust.
I look at the dessert menu as a collection, each dessert.
Still here, amigo.
God, say something about, like, you know, I think of it as the deep ocean. The fruit or the fish and the
Sort out your
plankton
gear
or the
quick.
coconut
Time's more
seasoning.
precious than a
I
bullet.
think they're almost onto something, but they haven't actually figured out the tension. What they really are supposed to be doing is constructing a story. That's what people want. You know, you go to a restaurant and you want to tell people about it, and you want to be able to say some anecdote.
Yeah.
So you say, like, this particular pineapple, like, it was bred in this region of such and such.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is you can't bring it back to here because of the, you know, the customs duties or whatever. So instead it was snuck in through such and such, and then you create all this story
Right
around
there.
it, and that's what makes it interesting.
Go.
But instead of like the postmodern stuff, which is like, oh well, you know, this is
Wave crashing.
Someone's being
Shield going up.
wow, that is very.
Many enemies
Right.
B.
Die and fall.
Plan.
It builds layers on the ground.
Right there.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, like, it looks good, but
Flooding them.
It's an interesting idea, but there's a lot of like, oh, I just maybe peck them a little bit. No, so you eat it.
And this time
Match point.
None of my stuff. That's not fun.
Harbor, you got Phantom skin? Phantom skin.
Go.
Can someone spot me?
$6,000.
Shukriya. Thank you.
Thanks. Damn. Protocol, cool.
That's what changes from like changes
wow,
color.
look at that.
I think once
Right
you get
there.
a couple courses
I'm
in,
out of
you get
here.
comfortable.
It's now or never.
But wait, here's again tasting the mix.
Go.
Doesn't really make sense.
Water rising.
Flooding. They put dust on it.
Yeah, no, that does look like a
Shield
beautiful
going up.
picture.
Drop the spike. Wave crashing.
Shall we re-engage?
Look, I just want to take my wife that I have to a $400 restaurant and not be thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I don't need you to print another receipt. I ate the bill. Flash. All right, the Philosopher's Stone.
Nice. Philosopher's Stone.
Capable of turning base metals such as mercury, indigo, gold. It is also called the elixir of life.
I think it's
Right
to
there.
make you smart.
Right there.
Isn't it?
Immortal, I think.
Immortal? This stone does it all.
Water rising.
Last player
Stones
standing.
don't grow on me.
I'll take one, please. I was just wondering how this cool-looking ancient stone.
Let's meet Philosopher's Stone, eh? Oh, one of a kind. Not gonna find anything like it here in the old marketplace.
Is this the same Philosopher's Stone that will be able to grant me the ability to turn things into gold and give me eternal life?
Listen,
Remember,
how much mercury
bullets
have you
hurt.
got at home?
Loads, as every
Harbor.
British man.
Harbor, again, please.
Gold.
Phantom.
Can someone spot me?
I can make this happen.
Thank you.
Then,
Anyway, £2.
me? Okay.
It's pretty good. I did see some expired camera film and an assortment of Barbie doll heads.
Alright, £1.50.
£1.50 for eternal life and as much gold as I can.
I'm out of here.
£1.20.
£1.20? You're gonna laugh.
You're having me on, mate.
Does anyone own it and then go on like a misadventure, or is it just one of those things that? Oh wow, I really ripped that.
What the stone only work when you put up your belt.
It's just supposed to. If you don't want to die, you just gotta hold it.
Get out of my way.
I think I
Enemy
for
A.
over 1,000 years, but it's worth it because I've lived long enough to have a Starbucks.
Just think of the Taco Bell. That's all we're gonna go. You're about to lose your eternal life, often expressed by a series of color changes of chemical processes. The instructions for creating so you can make your own. What are varied? When expressed in flow, they pass through phases
Blocking
I'm saying that word aloud just in case. Albedo, Sinistress, and Rubido. What the hell is Rubido?
Turns out they're all slurs.
Uh-oh, goddamn Rubidos. But in the Greek times they used to
One
say it with
enemy
the J,
remaining.
And then that was fine.
Nice.
Rubido is a Latin word meaning redness. Okay, so that one means yellowness. That one means...
As far as two.
Attackers win.
A little bit of black, a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red. Bubbly do. Philosopher's Stone.
Easy dragon kill. Easy dragon kill. And on.
Inside you.
Someone add that to Wikipedia.
You get checked at the airport and they're like, what's this? I swear it's not drugs, it's just the
Actually, Harbour actually കുഴപ്പമില്ല, not gonna lie. He seems like my kind of agent. He's very dynamic, not gonna lie. Omen അത്രയും big brain ആവശ്യമില്ല, but he does executes well if I know how to position his thing. Average. Yeah. I mean, I did bad because I don't really play Harbour, but yeah, he seems very fun hero to play, not gonna lie.
Fall out and start blowing into the street.
That is the most embarrassing thing you could. First of all, why does a famous person have a briefcase of headshots?
Of themselves, I guess. So
they're like... already famous. You're walking down the street, your briefcase opens, and all your NFTs fall out. People start right-clicking. Ooh, I would never recover from that one.
No, don't.
Crap! That'd be highly shameful.
You're a multi-millionaire, right? And you go, you know what? I'm gonna go help the poor. And so you buy a whole bunch of NFTs and print them out, and then just start you throw them from a tall building.
You give it to a dying child, and you'll be like, hey. You might not live to see it, but this is going to be worth a lot to your foundation one day. Hodl this. As your soul is going to heaven, you're going to see the rocket ship leaving for the moon.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on, that was funny, though.
Oh, fuck me.
You remember that Kylie Jenner ad with the Pepsi?
Now, that was a good ad.
You mean how ridiculous it was, or you're saying it was effective Pepsi marketing?
Yeah.
What?
No, it was a terrible ad. I just think about how bad it was on a regular basis.
Yeah. I've got a Pepsi in the fridge, but I keep it there in case the police ever come to my door. It's my safety, Bev.
Editing note. We didn't want to get copyright struck, so we found an interview where he said the lyrics, and then we just posted them over the music.
We are lions, we are the chosen.
Are there captions or something for this?
What do you mean?
What's the lyrics for this song? Some said never, but the never done come, and a year took our trust.
Oh, it's easy when you can fucking read the lyrics, yeah.
Hate's been winning, but the lovers ain't done. Ugh. It reminds me of the deep lyrics that you get with, what's that, Black Eyed Peas song?
Oh, it's all of them. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us.
Aren't they just embarrassed to say things that are this facile?
They released a song titled Let's Get Retarded.
That was their only good song. In this context, there's no well, I said no offense, fellas.
Yeah, it's true.
No offense to any retarded people out there.
Just screen cap that, tweet it, with a crying emoji. This is the only song I have ever cried to.
So she's doing a photo shoot in a doorway. Wait a minute, there's a protest? I just need to Tim Allen. Now he's inside. He was on the roof before. Oh, I'm so sick of doing the cello. Wait a minute, there's a protest?
Wait, what is she even doing?
She hates that fucking...
She takes her photography very seriously. You can tell from all the photos.
Hate it so much. Help me out with that look. Some said fire when the fire was ice.
Is that what he said?
I gotta tell you, here's one thing I am impressed by with this game. The sheer choreography of that blue and red. It is everywhere. It is in every single look how much blue and red is on everything.
Okay, guess I'll play Circuit again.
Very good coordination.
I didn't even catch that. What the fuck? Stop seeing stuff I don't see. The Pepsi Max guy was in all black.
Blue and red bricks.
Oh man, like a super heroine.
I'm leaving. You're not just gonna walk off the set. I just spent like 15 minutes.
Probably several hours.
Doing your makeup.
Search.
And she's just like, yeah, take my wig.
This is how she goes everywhere.
And then.
I don't think they can be that spot on.
You coming to this gig with me?
That's like.
Oh, I see. This is an old one, though. I don't know what you mean. It's got a vending machine in it. You think I'm not going to know it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at how much more they were able to convey in 30 seconds with this ad.
Window.
I don't speak Italian.
That's a great ad. That's fantastic ad.
I love that he has to look at the side of it. What is this? What is this blue canyon? Oh, it's Pepsi. I forgot the freaking end of this thing.
Mission accomplished. There I am. I'm with two of my mates and one of my mates' girlfriends. So there's four of us. And we're walking up this esplanade, I suppose you call it. And there's like restaurants on our left and on our right. I'm sort of looking at my phone and they've got ahead of me maybe 20, 30 feet. Next thing I know, someone kind of bumps me with their elbow very lightly, like just to get my attention.
Yeah.
I turn around and there's this guy and his three of his mates and they're all looking at me and one of them
Couldn't get a ticket in time, but I'm pretty good at sneaking into concerts. Trust, I got it covered.
Blazing energy.
Oh.
Can't go wrong with that.
I think it's the Molly and made you go, oh, I hate it when dogs die in films.
I'm just putting the movie.
Your leaves are showing fine colors.
Easy. Stack under കൊള്ളായിരുന്നു.
I got it covered.
We're a man short.
Okay.
Crusher.
Ciao, ciao.
Crusher.
A gun. Bang, 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 bang. All this and more.
diminished.
Catch him by surprise!
Enemy has been slain.
My girlfriend doesn't drive at this point, so I'm picking her up and dropping her off. It's snowing. It's obscene. We're maybe doing a mile of the road in like an hour and a half.
On guard! Let it make light!
4 hours it's taking me to drop her off and then drive back. So we're driving home.
Trust me, I got it covered! It's fun! Booyah! Oh, hell yeah!
Hostile forces diminished. An ally has been slain.
A new threshold.
Okay. Fun. Enemies incoming. Bigger than ours. Don't take it all. Alive.
Ally down.
Catch him by surprise. Let's go.
An enemy has been slain.
Brace yourself.
Clearing schedule.
Minions have reached your portal.
അവന് മരിക്കാറായി ത്രോ Bye bye. Ah! Ayyo!
Can't go wrong with that.
That would have been ugly. Oh.
Hostile forces diminished. Warning, you have lost an ally. An enemy has been slain.
Oh, what? Damn it.
Trust. I got it covered.
I got a huge deal in 2 years. More than 2 years. It comes Dover. I love air chicken. Like, I think they just
Hostile forces diminished. An enemy has been slain. Hostile forces diminished.
Can't go wrong with that.
Cooldown? എനിക്ക് എത്ര ഉണ്ട് cooldown? Cooldown പറഞ്ഞു. അതേ സ്കിന്നാ ഏരീസിന്റെ? Doesn't work. Ayo.
I got it covered.
Trust me.
Hostile forces diminished.
This is better than 2 rainbows.
Suffer thee no more.
Still would be nice.
Can't go wrong with that.
shit, ആള് മാറിപ്പോയി man. 80 seconds is a very huge amount of cooldown.
An enemy has been slain. Got it covered. Ally down.
Maybe lifesteal, spell lifesteal would be nice. I guess Bloodforge and one though, because it gives me a shield if I kill. Right. Brother!
Setting alarm.
Crit build പോകാത്തോണ്ടാണോ ഇത്ര പണി?
Can't go wrong with that.
Bloodforge go. I'll go defensive. This is the game I can. Oh.
Hostile forces diminished. Sensing a profound feeling of regret. Astounding performance. An ally has been slain. Clean kill. Astounding
മരിക്കോ?
performance.
ഇല്ല, മരിക്കില്ല bro. ഞാൻ ഓടിയാൽ മതിയായിരുന്നു. അയക്കടാ വരാൻ.
Enough! Primordial chaos!
Hear a man short. An enemy has been slain.
The pen thing is to like ignore the pen, find a problem the customer has, sell them. Overseas Indian phone plan.
No problem. आपको सिर्फ 1 cent का करते हैं मैं 100 बार कॉल कर सकता हूँ
This one's sort of cute. My Hindi isn't great, like I told you 3 times.
Trust me, I got it covered.
I don't
Set your lights
Double kill. Contacting
അളിയാ, how am I dying this quickly? ഞാൻ ഇതൊരു പ്രഡൻ ഗെയിം ആയിരുന്നു എനിക്ക്. I should have bought defensively. Yeah, this is too much.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice job.
This is better than 2 rainbows.
Hostile forces diminished.
This is better than 2 rainbows.
stupidest unsellable products they could find. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Boy, have I got a product for all you hunters out there. No longer will you only be able to your own urine. Thank you so much, everybody.
What do you think of this gloss to camera?
Oh, you absolutely. And then it tastes
ഓക്കെ എനിവേസ് ഞാൻ തൽക്കാലത്തേക്ക് സ്ട്രീം നിർത്തുകയാണ്. എനിക്ക് വേറെ പ്രത്യേകിച്ചൊന്നും പറയാനില്ല. എനിക്കെന്താ പനി വരികയാണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു, എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല, നോട്ട് വെരി ഷുവർ. എനിവേസ് ഞാൻ തൽക്കാലത്തേക്ക് നിർത്തുകയാണ്. ആൻഡ് പതിവ് പോലെ സ്ട്രീമിൽ വന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി ആൻഡ് ഗുഡ് ബൈ. ജിജീസ് ആൻഡ്